Hello everyone, let's talk about the grumpy old correctional officer. Hi, I'm Gary York, True Prison Stories. If you like this video, please subscribe. Hey, I want to talk today to a lot of young officers as well, mostly to the young officers, about grumpy old correctional officers. A lot of young officers are coming in and saying, man, I got to work with this grumpy old man or this grumpy old woman. And let me tell you something. When you come into corrections, okay, nobody said or promised you that this is going to be a beautiful world behind the jail walls or prison walls. When you walk behind that gate, through that sally port into the world of prison, you are going to have some gloom and doom days, some fair days, and some good days. And I don't want young officers coming in thinking, oh my God, I don't want to end up like that guy or that woman. Well, let me tell you why some of the older staff are not all smiles, but they're still there, right? They're still there after 10 years, after 15 years, after 20 years and 25 years. I know some that retired with 30 years. My wife did 35 years. She still had a smile on her face, though. Now, when you work in corrections, as you know, it is a very stressful job. Stress in corrections is real. Divorce in corrections is real. Alcoholism in corrections is real. Let's just face it. Dependency sometimes on pills is real. It's stressful. You're working with hardened, convicted felons that are not going to make life easy on you. They're going to make life as hard as they possibly can on you. Not just with wanting everything, needing everything, asking 1,000 questions a day, but with being very dangerous and causing riots, causing fights, attacks on officers, attacks on other inmates. Come on. Like I said, nobody promised you it's a pretty world there. But these older officers, 10 years and up, have been there a while. And some factors may be being dealt with in certain ways by certain officers. Some officers have a higher stress level compliance, than they can walk in after 30 years and still smile. Other officers coming in and you say good morning and they walk by and don't even acknowledge you. Come on, don't have a soft shell. Don't take that to heart. Those officers have just been through a lot, but they're still there, right? They're continuing on and being loyal, faithful correctional officers. But when shit hits the fan, those grumpy old farts that I call grumps are going to be the ones there to help save your ass. And yes, folks, don't get me wrong. I worked with a lot of young officers before I retired in 2018. Very young. I thought I had some high school kids with me sometimes, that were very reliable and on the ball and ran to the fight as quick as I would. And then I had some that weren't sure yet what to do. The pendulum swings both ways, folks. We as older grumps have to give the young officers time to develop, and we must assist them in teaching them and helping them and showing them the way and being good mentors. But I do want to tell you that when you are dealing with the grumps, remember, they've been on the front line a long time fighting the battle when you were still in diapers. Okay? I know this sounds like an old man story, but it's the truth. So you have to respect what they've been through. And if they're not the happiest people in the world, and they don't say good morning to you in the morning, just know that they're there. I bet if you ask them a question, they'll answer it. I know they will. I bet if you are being attacked by an inmate, they'll be there. I know they will. overlook the grumpiness. It's a rough job. It puts a tough shell around us. It puts a lot of pressure on us, and it shows sometimes. But the good ones will survive. The strong will survive. And if you want to survive a career in corrections, you're going to have to understand where these older officers are coming from. Older officers, I'm talking about older officers today, but let's go ahead and put this in. Please understand when you get a little impatient with the younger officers, it's our responsibility to take them under our wings and train them correctly and get them on the right track. They're not going to know what to do when they first come in. Supervisors, it's your responsibility to have everyone under your wings and make sure they're okay and they're doing well. Front line, remember the supervisors have a tough job. Somebody right now is going, yeah, right. Sitting in the office while we're out here with the inmates. Well, there's a long list of things that supervisors are responsible for. And if shit hits the fan and something goes wrong, they are going to be in the line of fire from upper management, just like you will be. That's why middle management, older officers, there's an old word called seasoned. Some people don't like that anymore. Seasoned officers and young newbies. In the Army, we call them newcocks. We all have to help each other to survive all types of bad media, pressures from the big management, upper management I call it, wardens and above, assistant wardens and above, and even they have a hierarchy that puts pressure on them. Everybody has pressure in corrections, folks. Don't think they don't. But the next time you run into a grump, just say good morning, have a good one, and move on. Don't make stupid remarks like, what's wrong with you this morning? Oh, what's got your ass this morning? Hey, don't take it personal. You're in corrections now. We're built with a hard shell around us. If you take it personal, maybe your shell is too sensitive. Don't be sensitive. Don't be sensitive, young officers, to taking some good advice from older officers. Older officers, if you are given some technical advice from a young buck, and it's good, solid advice, don't be too proud to take it. Or if they see something from their view, from their point of view, and you go, wow, that young shit's right. That young shit knows what he or her is talking about. Thank you. Thank them, because they're trying to evaluate the new job and learn it. And if they did something right or correct or came up with a better idea on how to do something, older officers, don't be offended. Hey, roll with it. Work smarter, not harder. I'm just trying to throw something out there. We're at 8.5 minutes. I think that's enough. I don't like to chat forever on these topics, but I hope you get my drift. Newcocks, old grumps, middle management, let's work together as a fine-oiled machine to protect each other. Okay? I speak a little rough around the edges. When I have to be at a presentation, I don't do that. I might chit-chat with officers on the side that way, but this is us, right? This is us officers. This is us officers talking. Please be safe, be strong, never give up. And yes, you can make a career of this and make a darn good one out of it. You're going to have to work somewhere, right? Might as well work where there's medical and dental benefits and support for officers. Every agency has support in the Human Resources Office, folks. A little bit of mental health talk for you here. If you need any help with divorce, finance, issues going on, don't be ashamed. Come forward. Thank you.